Hello, good day. My name is Susie Ara, and taking up Master of Science in Computer Science. And for today, I was tasked to discuss with you about emotion recognition via image. So let's start. We need to identify what is emotion recognition via image. So it's a field of artificial intelligence or AI and computer vision that enables computers to identify and classify human emotions from facial expression captured in images. So it is widely used in human-computer interaction, healthcare, education, security, marketing, and entertainment. So most of the time, we are using this one. So the primary goal of emotion recognition is to analyze facial features and determine the emotional state of a person. Most systems classify emotions into basic categories such as happy, sad, angry, purple, surprise, disgust, and neutral. So now, these are the examples. So these are the common facial emotions that um, we encounter every day. So we have these emotions every day. So these are the basic emotion categories. So above here, we have this one, this picture, and then beside this is the camera. So the primary goal of emotion recognition is to analyze facial features and determine the emotional state of a person. So most systems classify emotions into this one. So after this is we're going to continue with the deep learning model, and then after that we're going to have the output. So before I'm going to continue to the next slide, I will be describing each emotions. So what are the basis for this emotion? So the first one here is being happy. So if a person is happy, or if the object that is um, on the picture is happy, the lip puckers up and then the cheeks raised, eyes slightly squinted. And if the person is sad, the lip corners down and then the eyebrows even raised and then eyes look down. But if it is angry, the eyebrows down and then together, eyes intense and then the lips is pressed. And then for fearful, eyebrows raised, eyes wide open, mouth slightly open. Surprise, eyebrows raised, eyes wide open and then mouth open. And then for disgust, the nose wrinkled, upper lip raised, and then eyes narrowed. And then the last one is the neutral. Relaxed face, natural expression, no strong emotion. Okay, so that is for our common facial emotions. So now, how emotion recognition works? So I will be discussing this one. This is the process diagram of how emotion recognition works. So the first one here is the image acquisition. So when we talk about image acquisition, an image is captured using camera, smartphone, or stored image dataset. Okay, so as you can see here, the purpose for this one is it will collect facial data for analysis, and then it provide the raw image that will undergo further processing. Okay, so as you can see here on the picture, we have the object, a girl that is smiling. So this image that is captured using the camera, we will be using this one for the next one, which is the face detection. So what is face detection? It is the system first identifies the location of the face within the image. So another purpose for this one is that it detects the presence of a face and then it determines the exact position of the face in the image. So the popular techniques that we can use for this one are the following. We have Clark Cascade, Hawk or histogram of oriented gradients, and then Euro and then MPC and CNN. Okay, so before we're going to continue the third one, let me give you a summary or a summarized definition of this following techniques. So let's start with our Clark Cascade. When we talk about Clark Cascade, it is one of the earliest and most widely used face detection methods developed by Viola and Jones in 2001. It uses car-like features to detect facial patterns such as eyes, nose, and then your mouth. So how does it work? So it scans the image using a rectangle features and then it compares the light Yeah, it compares the light and dark regions of the face. It uses a cascade classifier to quickly eliminate non-face regions. So the applications for that one is the basic face detection system, real-time webcam applications, and then attendance monitoring system. The next one here is the HOG, or the histogram of oriented regions. So HOG is a feature-based method that detects objects by analyzing the direction of edges and regions within an image. So how does it work? So it divides the image into small cells and then it calculates region directions and magnitudes. And then it also creates histograms representing edge orientations. It also uses a classifier, often support virtual machine or SVM, to identify places. So application for this one in real world is that it includes face detection and surveillance systems, human detection in computer vision applications, and emotion recognition for pre-processing. And then the next one here is we also have the YOLO, or we also call this one as you only look once. So YOLO is a deep learning based object detection algorithm that can detect faces and other objects simultaneously in a single pass through a neural network. So how does it work? So it works by processes the entire image at once. It also divides the object into grids. It predicts object location and classification simultaneously. Then the outputs bounding boxes around the detected faces. So the application for this one in our world is the smart surveillance system. We also have the autonomous vehicles, real-time emotion recognition system, and the cloud monitoring. Next to that one, we have the last one, which is the MTCNN. So it is a deep learning framework specifically designed for face detection and facial landmark localization. So it works, it uses three class A neural networks. So we have here the PNet, or the proposal network. It generates candidate face regions. We also have RNet, or refined network, that removes false directions. And then the last one here is ONet, or the output network, that produces final face detection and facial landmark. Okay, so for the applications, here is the facial recognition system, emotion recognition, and expression analysis, biometric authentication, and then the advanced AI and computer vision application. So that's all for our popular techniques. Now we will going to continue with our graph, which is the facial feature extraction. Okay, so for the facial feature extraction, it is important that facial landmark are extracted including your eyes, brows, nose, mouth, and then the jawline. So it will be categorized by all of this. And that's it for our facial feature extraction. Next is we're going to continue with our emotion classification. So machine learning or deep learning algorithms analyze the extracted features and predict the corresponding emotions. Okay, so the extracted features are then processed by the machine learning or ML or deep learning model. The model compares the detected facial patterns with previously learned emotional patterns and predicts the most likely emotion. So the purpose of this one is that it analyzes the facial features and then it predicts the emotional state of the person. And then the last one here is for the output generation. So for the output generation, the moment that we're going to have the image acquisition, we're going to input our objects. So of course, we also have the output generation. So in this time, it will be, the result will come, the result will be given after the output generation because the detected emotion is displayed along the confidence score. So the purpose of this one is that it presents the final emotion prediction and provide confidence information for reliability assessment. So that's it for our emotion recognition process diagram. Now we're going to continue with the deep learning for emotion recognition. So deep learning has significantly improved the performance of emotion recognition system. So we have here the CNN. So are you familiar with the CNN? So if it is the first time that you hear CNN, it's automatically learn facial features from images without manual feature engineering. So there are types of CNN workflow. Okay, so it is categorized by four. So the first one here is the input image, convolutional layer for feature instruction, and then the emotion classification. Okay, so before I'm going to continue the types of CNN workflow, let me give you another definition for convolutional neural networks. So it is a deep learning model widely used in image. So of course, since we're talking about an image, that's why CNN workflow is included on my report. So CNN automatically learns facial features from images and classifies them into emotions. So on our previous slides, I already gave you the emotions that we have. We have the seven emotions. So we have seven. Okay. So for the first one here is the input image. So it is the process begins with an input image containing a human face. The image is usually resized. So for example, 48 by 48 or 224 by 224 pixels and normalized before being fed into the CNN model. So its purpose is to provide the raw facial data and then standardize image size for processing. It also reduces computational complexity. So an example for this one is a grayscale image of the student smiling during an online class is used as an input image. And then for the output, the student's face showing a smile. Okay? Because for your input, if you're going to input the image shows that the student is smiling during the online class. That's why for the output, the student's face showing a smile. Okay? So next one here is the convolutional layer. So the convolutional layer applies small filters, kernels that slice across the image, that cross the image to detect important patterns such as edges, corners, and textures. So each filter produces a feature map highlighting specific facial characteristics. So its purpose is to detect low-level features, preserves spatial relationships in the image, and then it also extracts meaningful pattern automatically. So example, filter detects the curve of the mouth, the outline of the eyes, eyebrow position. So for a happy face, the filter may strongly activate around the smiling mouth region. The third one here is convolutional layer for feature extraction. Okay, so as the image passes through multiple convolution layers, CNN learns more complex features. So early layer detects edges and lines. The middle layers detect facial components like your eyes, your nose, and then your mouth. Deep layers detect emotional patterns and expressions. So this stage transforms the image into a set of learned features representing the facial expression. So the purpose for this one is that it extracts high-level facial information. And then it also learns emotional characteristics automatically and reduces the need for manual feature engineering. So for example, for a happy emotion, CNN may learn facial feature observation. So mouth is curved upward, the eyes is slightly narrowed, the cheeks is raised, the eyebrows is relaxed. These features are combined into a feature vector representing happiness. The last one here is the emotion classification. So the extracted features are sent to fully connected layers and a softmax classifier. The classifier calculates the probability that the face belongs to each emotion category. So its purpose is to predict the most likely emotion. It also produces confidence scores and generates the final output. So for example, suppose the CNN outputs the emotion, I will be giving you the emotion and its probability. So for happy, it's 92%. For neutral, it's 4%. For surprise, that's only 2%. And then it's 1%, angry is 1%. So for the final detection, prediction, the higher number will be the winner. So of course, happy because it gives you 92% confidence. So the final answer for this one is happy. Okay, that's it for our convolutional neutral networks. So we also have the popular models, which is the CNN, VGG16, ResNet, MobileNet, and then EfficientNet. So these models can achieve high accuracy when trained or large data sets. Now let's continue with the data sets in emotion region recognition. So researchers commonly use the following data sets. Okay. So I guess we will be discussing it one by one. So the first one is the FEAR 2013, or we also call this as the facial expression recognition 2013. So as you can see here on the meaning, it contains 35,000 plus facial images, 7 emotions categories, widely used benchmark data set. So the FEAR 2013 is a publicly available data set containing approximately 35,000 facial images labeled with 7 basic emotions. So as we all know, the 7 basic emotions that I have given you on our previous slides is widely used for training and evaluating facial emotion recognition system based on machine learning and deep learning techniques. So where is it used? So it is most commonly used for education, for healthcare, human-computer interaction, marketing, security and surveillance, research, and development. Okay, next is we also have here the CK class or extended concatenate data set. So it is a widely used facial expression that expression data set containing image sequences that capture the progression of facial expressions from a neutral state to a peak emotional expression. It is commonly used for training and evaluating facial emotion recognition system. So it is used for emotion recognition research. So are you familiar with this? If not, it is to develop and test facial expression analysis algorithms. Next is we also have the machine learning and deep learning, human-computer interaction, healthcare, educational applications, and then the computer vision research. Okay, so the emotions in CK is that includes the following. We have happy, sad, angry, fear, surprise, disgust, and then goodbye. Okay, so the CK plus data set is valued for its high quality labeled facial expression sequences, making it one of the most popular data sets for emotion recognition research. Next is we also have here the AffectNet. Okay, so for the AffectNet, it is one of the most or one of the largest facial expression data sets containing over 1 million facial images collected from the internet and manually labeled with different emotions and facial expressions. It is widely used for training and evaluating advanced emotion recognition systems. So it is used in emotion recognition research, deep learning applications, human-computer interaction, healthcare, marketing, and artificial intelligence research. So next is we also have the RAF-DB. Okay, so we all call this one as RAF-DB. Real-world facial expression data sets more challenging than FEAR 2012. So these are the data sets that are used in emotion recognition. Now, for the applications of emotion recognition in real life, in our real life scenarios, we have this one. That is for education, we have here marketing, human-computer interaction, healthcare, and then security. So for this one, we also have here. Okay, so that's it for the application of emotion recognition. So the advantages for this one is that number 1, real-time emotion detection, improve human-computer interaction, number 3, useful in healthcare and education, number 4, automated analysis of large image data sets, and number 5, can assist decision making process. For future trends, these future emotions recognition systems are expected to use multimodal learning with image, audio, and text together. Next is we also have improve real-time performance and then achieve higher accuracy through advanced deep learning models and then integrate with wearable devices in smart environments, better understand complex and mixed emotions. So for the conclusion of my report or topic today, emotion recognition via image is an important application of artificial intelligence and computer vision. By analyzing facial expressions, computer can identify human emotions and provide valuable insights in education, healthcare, marketing, and security. So those examples we encountered this one. So emotion recognition via image is very helpful in terms with our everyday life. So the deep learning techniques, particularly convolutional neural networks or CNN, have greatly improved the accuracy of the system. Despite challenges such as lighting conditions, occlusions, and privacy concerns, emotion recognition continues to evolve and play a significant role in the system of intelligent human-centered technology. Okay, so that's it for my report for today for emotion recognition via image. Along with my topic are my references that you can see on my presentation. So that will be all for today. Thank you for listening and have a great day. Goodbye.